Diecast North is a channel devoted to the teen to adult toy collector, pop culture fans, and fellow nerd enthusiasts. This is a PG-13 channel. I might say some viewer and parental discretion is advised. My hooligans, I'm actually going to give you a little dose of what we actually did. So, a couple of days ago, CJack from CJack Productions, Just an Average Girl from Just an Average Girl, and myself decided to do a review about the Netflix show Aggretsuko, which is actually about a little panda girl and everything like that, who actually is in the working world and everything like that, and her adventures in there. It's comedy, it's dramedy, it's comedy though, you know, and it is actually one of the best things ever because she has an altar. She actually rocks out like nobody else's business and everything like that, going into karaoke bars and everything like that to make sure that she actually pummels that microphone with like everything that she actually can, and the story even gets better from that. So I'm actually glad that you're actually here to join me for this. This is one of those things that I actually am doing outside of Transformers, but don't worry, Transformers is actually still in my heart, you know. I still have like things and people to review and everything like that, so I'm actually going to be getting to that real soon. But for today, take a break from Transformers and enjoy this. If you haven't already, please subscribe, please hit the notification bell, and please leave comments down in the description, leave comments down in the comment section, and I really appreciate each and every one of you joining me today. I hope you and you and you are actually having a better day than I am. Let's check out this review on Aggretsuko, and welcome to Diecast North.
Alright. What's up, everybody? CJack here, bring you another awesome review for Season X. Ironically, right here, the CJack Reviews. I have two legendary YouTubers right now who I deeply respect. Just an Average Girl and my boy Diecast North. How are both of you guys doing? Galactic Hooligan! I forgot. You got to. You can't introduce this guy without that.
No, we're doing good. I'm actually doing good right now, you know. Like I said before, I was actually just showing off my little bit of swag just now, and I'm just like really enjoying Emperor Starscream.
Hey, tell them where you got that from, which was very interesting, folks.
Yeah, he comes with his crown, and he's wonderful, and then he dies.
But where did you get it?
Ross, I actually got it for $22. So everybody who's actually looking around for a Starscream, yeah, he comes with a throne, and I give it away already. So here you go.
There you go.
Galvatron is nicely seated.
That's probably what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to go to Ross and see for myself, because I would flip if it's actually there. I mean, this is where I live. It's a small town.
Right.
In fact, if there is Transformers, I would be shocked, but no, I'm curious.
Oh, they've actually been putting them out. They actually put out like a dead Decepticon that have actually been running for a long time and everything like that. So like it's actually like all this like smoldered and rust and everything like that, you know. And
nice.
So since that happened, I needed to have that guy, and that guy came out so much better than I thought he was, you know. And then. And then,
yeah, because I know somebody who lives like 45 minutes from where I am, and he goes to like a Goodwill, and he gets truckloads of
Dude, you'd be surprised.
1980s Transformers. And now
I don't understand how that works. That never happens for me. Every time I keep on seeing like Goodwill, I'm just like, What? Where is anything? I tried like a couple of times. I don't like going into the Goodwills or anything like that, but I tried a couple of times, and I was just not saying that I'm actually like spoiled or like full of swank or anything like that. But let me tell you something. I went in there a couple of times because somebody actually said I got a Fortress Maximus. I was like, Fortress Maximus. So everybody, if you know what that guy looks like, he's actually like about from this tall up until like 40,000 feet tall and everything.
Yeah,
he's huge,
massive,
right? So they got him there, and it was just like, what about me? When is it my turn? What about me?
Yep,
it's coming, dude. I'll never forget.
84 Dinobots. It was amazing because he showed me his whole completion.
What?
Sick.
He finally collected all the 1984 Dinobots. You know how we're collecting 1986? He completed the 1984 through Goodwill.
Nice.
It's still nice as hell, nice, bro.
Yeah.
Oh no! If you're actually looking for that, if you're looking for a Grimlock, they have a G2 yellow striped Grimlock that's actually coming out pretty soon, and he looks bananas. I like that guy.
Bananas.
He looks bananas. I like that guy.
Banana Grimlock.
And I just purchased what looks like it's going to be a year-long thing because it starts next month. It is this company in the UK where it's a die-cast Optimus Prime, and you get a part of it every month. So you're just building it monthly until.
Really?
Yes. I'll have to send you the link.
So what are you building? A whole truck in your front yard? Like, what are you doing?
Oh, I wish. No, I think he's like 13 inches or so.
Okay.
So he's a foot tall, but I'll have to show you the link.
Yeah, I can imagine. So this is what I'm imagining. I'm imagining you like fixing everything, and then all of a sudden you put in the last piece was a catalytic converter, and all of a sudden it's just like blah blah.
keep on trucking, Aisha. Keep on trucking.
Yes. Truly be fulfilled. Because to be honest with you, that is one of my dreams, is to have an actual. Well, I know it can't be lifelike, but at least a giant Optimus Prime in my house. So when people walk in, they're like, "Oh," they're like, "No, don't worry, he's okay. He's okay."
But what is he going to look like? Is he going to look like Bumblebee movie Prime or?
Oh no, I'm going G1 all the way because I know someone actually 3D printed a giant size Optimus. You could transform it. You could, from robot to truck, and it's in his house. It was gorgeous. It was about
3D printers are the best thing invented on mankind. Seriously. I love it. Oh, and I forgot to tell you guys, more importantly, I'm sorry, we were just going through memory lane here. This is Season 5 Aggretsuko review. Be sure to check out the end of the video to check out Seasons 1 through 4. That was my Valentine's special. Without any delay, we'll get this started. But first, any plugs for you guys? Anything coming up on you guys' respective channels? Anything, new projects?
No, I'm trying to work on some new stuff and everything like that. Like, I actually have an upgrade that I need to do for this guy right over here, and I'm still trying to figure. I have an S&D review upgrade that I'm actually doing pretty soon and everything. I also know that pretty soon TFCon is actually coming up and everything like that. No, Naisha is actually heading up there. I'm actually going to make sure that I get up there and everything like that. And Courtney, I know that CJ, I know that you've been invited by Pay for Your Price and everything like that. So there we go. So Jason's actually already invited you. So it'll give me an excuse to get out of Dodge. I might as well come by and see you guys too. Absolutely. I am dead serious. That's right, folks. I am coming out of retirement and going back to Florida.
So we are going to live it up. I'm sorry.
Got to. Might as well. Why not? Why not?
Watch the sushi, drink sake. And then
sake it is.
Yes,
we'll be in the sushi club. Be like the crazy 88 Charlie Brown's son. Okay, no mess. Okay, well, last we sorry guys, I'm sorry, but these are my good friends though. Last we left our heroes. Haida wasn't doing too well. He was kicked out of exiled from his own kingdom. Which it starts off funny as hell because he's playing a cyber game, and it has similar meaning to where he got kicked out of his family's apartment, which I didn't know he was living for free. Must be nice.
Well,
and getting served by his own brother. But go ahead, Norm.
You didn't catch that before in season 4 and everything when they were actually talking about he was actually.
Well, I thought she was joking about that. I didn't know. I thought Seneca, right? The one, the sleuth. I thought she was teasing about that. I think she was literal.
No, I thought she was literal.
No, she knows her stuff.
Oh, I'm impressed, Nora. Not bad for a crash course, And how do you guys feel about Haida's brother?
Oh, I love him.
I have my thoughts about that dude.
He's like Starscream.
Yeah, I go first and
Love
then
to
I'll
hate.
actually come in because he kind of reminds me of all those those sibling rivalries and everything. You know what I mean? Yeah, and I get it. You know what I mean? Sibling rivalries are actually a thing. Sometimes it can actually be a lot more detrimental dealing with, and there's a lot of psychology that actually goes on into it and everything like that too. Because
very true, Norm.
Wait, which Haida is actually younger or older? I think he's
older.
Older, right? Yeah, I get it. You know what I mean? And so the younger brother actually kind of follows the path of the father and everything like that. And for some reason, he actually puts all his apples into this one basket and everything like that, and it happens. I've actually seen it, but anyway, I'm gonna come with some more psychological stuff about it in a minute and everything like that.
The reason why I enjoy it is because in most animes, that's what it usually is. It's always the younger brother trying to usurp the older brother. And
I agree.
He's voiced by Matthew Mercer, who is he's done JoJo and all that stuff. I was poor because I'm like, yes, I know who that is.
Oh, wait a second. So you watched the English version?
Of course I did. Yes.
Okay, I watched the Japanese version. So
which is good because I have both perspectives on that. I do, Norm. That's very good. And who would have been on here? Ex Kibito. She was supposed to be the next person on here. She watched in Japanese too. She loved the Japanese format, and the writing is dramatically different too. By the way.
So. Absolutely.
Yes.
Whenever you actually watch anything from dub to sub and everything like that, there's always those colloquial differences that actually happens in anime and everything,
Like Mr. Ton calls her calendar girl, but then in this version it calls her part-timer. So, But that's very interesting.
I didn't even know about the calendar girl thing or anything like that, but part-timer actually just makes so much sense, especially from the Japanese culture kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I wish they would have kept part-timer because, again, it made more sense than Calendar Girl. It honestly did. Because I did both. I would flip back and forth because out of my curiosity, I wanted to see what was the difference between the two. But no, you're right.
I dig it.
No, and you're right now. I'm like, why would they do that? It's kind of like the whole Dragon Ball Z thing. I'm a Dragon Ball head. You both know that.
Of course.
The original Vegeta dub was like Kakarot's power level 7,000. And then once upon a time, the English dub, the real English dub, it was 9,000. So, which experience was it? It still supports both their points.
Right.
And so, even another point that I was naive to me, I'll put myself out there. I knew they kissed and made up at the end of season 4, but I didn't know they were off screen. Aggretsuko and Haida decided to be like, you know what, we're boyfriend girlfriend now. Call me naive. I blinked on that. I thought,
that actually happened as soon as they actually kind of moved in together and everything, And I thought that it was actually kind of like an interesting transition because it was just I don't know, it's kind of like they actually both moved in, and all of a sudden it was just okay, we're together now, Nothing else actually happened, but then all of a sudden, she started talking about wanting to have a quiet life with him and everything like that. It was just well, I guess she's actually reciprocated finally. You know what I mean? And Haida actually finally took his step across the what
took him 5 seasons.
Doors, you know what I mean? Right? Exactly. It took some time, but then again, this is the way it is with Japanese format and everything like that. It kind of reminds me of some of the one of the Japanese soap operas that I actually saw back in the day. There's this one that was actually called "And We Still Haven't Fallen in Love Yet," which follows the story of two people who actually killed each other, Romeo and Juliet style and everything like that, going through a sea because of their warring family and everything. So and reincarnated, they come back and one actually becomes one is actually getting married to someone else and everything, and the other one is actually getting divorced and everything. But they kind of fall in love with each other and everything as they're
genuinely days of our lives. That's crazy.
Well, no, because it's not that cutthroat. You know what I mean? Because, right, they actually bring a lot of the funny and a lot of the office politics stuff and everything like that, which is what Aggretsuko was actually going through also and everything. So, like, it's kind of like that kind of show where it's actually kind of like dramedy more than anything, but more funny than drama, you know? Right.
But yes, I felt that in our universe, it felt rushed. But in the show, it should have been, fast forward to a little, like maybe a couple of months later. It would have been nice and stuff. But no, you're right. It's the fact that we continue where we left off. They didn't get a chance to actually get to know each other. I was expecting, I'm sorry to say, a ring on her finger, because that's all we were anticipating throughout the entire season, was for her to get that dream wish that she wanted.
But then again, she kind of did, though, because like eventually they actually did get married and everything like that. Fast forwarding everybody, eventually they did tie the knot and everything like that. It wasn't like the dream wedding or anything like that both of them actually wanted or anything like that, but it was still yet sort of like something that actually bonded them and everything. Their rage.
And the voting ballot. That's all you got. The voting ballot.
That blew me away. I'm like, that's really left field. Yes, I understand the underground pop star was a little left field, but at the same time, it was kind of in her wheelhouse. But the whole mayor thing storyline,
here's my thing, dude. And I agree with you, just for the record.
Monica. That's right.
But they had to throw them back in, the Idol girls. They just threw them back in. I had no beef with it. I just thought they could have continued that on better than what it was in the Versus a Stalker, which was cool because it proved that Haida truly loved her. And I forgot that one dog girl that really liked him. I felt
I liked her actually. I was like the purple one. Yeah, she was awesome. Like I kind of like.
No. That was that's Shikabari, or what's her name? That's the skunk girl. That was in the cyber cafe.
Yeah, Shikabari is the skunk.
Yeah, and
I love her. Oh my goodness.
I really like her. But in season 3, the dog girl, she makes them curry in his apartment. He was trying his best not to go to second base or anything.
You're right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was a real sweetheart. But then he found out that, he truly loved Resco, when he saved her from that stalker. But anyway, but speaking of, so we enter the cyber cafe before he moves in with Resco. I'm sorry. Yeah, we are kind of transitioning here. So he didn't want to tell his friends what was going on. I get it. Pride is a bitch. I'm living in a cyber cafe, and it gave me perspective. Like, these guys can honestly rent out these places to stay overnight. If technically there's no limit. Keep that in mind next time I go homeless. And,
by the way, CJ, tell everybody where you're actually doing this podcast from today.
Oh, here's the irony. Wait, let me move this. Thank you. Good call. I forgot to even say that. I'm doing this here in the Evo Club. I have to thank Haida for this idea because my studio is currently under reconstruction thanks to generous donations from my subscribers. Appreciate you guys. I'm here at the Evo Club. I'm meaning to give a shout out to Lance for letting me borrow the booth for free until I'm back on my feet. So here in Las Vegas, check out the Cyber Cafe here. That's a shout out.
I kind of wish we all kind of like did this from a cyber cafe today and everything just for this show.
Right?
I don't think where I live has a cyber cafe. I don't think we know what a cyber cafe
you can actually project it on your screen back there too and everything. So
yeah, there's only 3 here.
Yeah, no, we're seriously. I think where I live is behind our times. So yes, we're a small town city.
You guys hear me okay?
Yes. No.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. No, you're fine. No, not a shot towards Nation. I'm sorry, because the light went out. I don't know what I did there. But yeah, it's only 3 in Vegas. You would think they would have more, but yeah.
Right.
And right. So Haida's literally staying here, meets up with her, and she's interesting to me because she has this not this doom gloom personality, but her life is literally in a whatever the dimension 6x8 room, playing games all day. And here's the thing. For somebody without a job, she sure have enough time to buy all these tokens and play this game and stuff. And getting these rooms are not cheap, I'm sure. I've never been to Tokyo yet, but I'm sure they're not cheap to rent overnight like that. Haida has an accounting background, He probably still has some loose change at least, but still.
Well, at first I thought her job was actually going to be like, all of a sudden they were actually going to like pull out the OnlyFans kind of thing and everything like that. They're going to be like, yeah, I have an OnlyFans. I do it from this room.
I could see that happening, but no, I mean, even as a freelancer, it's nice to show that, yes, as a freelancer and every now and then posting, little things on the internet is a job. It's not a steady job, but at least it shows that there are people like that out there that kind of enjoy what they do and enjoy that, let's just say, don't want to get plugged into the Matrix lifestyle.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
And which was kind of hurtful later down the road, because now we're coming back to the present. Haida, first of all, Aggretsuko's mom, oh my God. This woman had the place, broke in, like, oh, so you're Haida. Put them on the spot. Then Haida was like, dude, why we got to go to your parents' house? Because your dumbass was already here. Well, I don't have a choice now. I'm unemployed. Well, I can't just tell them that you're staying here for free. And the dad, the dad was like, in his own, what's the word I'm looking for? Passive-aggressive way, was like, oh, you're unemployed. I see. All right, smile for the camera.
Well, I don't even know if it was actually passive-aggressive so much as it was... I think his dad actually kind of like brought in this kind of like understanding and everything like that. And he was kind of like, so it is what it is. Let's just take a picture. Let's try to be happy. You know what I mean? Until and eventually, I guess he actually kind of like understood that Haida was actually going to maybe land back on his feet and everything like that, or he was actually just trying to be like the supportive father and everything like that. There really was a lot of psychology that actually goes into the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually going to come back to Haida's brother in a minute.
No, I want you to have the mic on that too, actually. And here's the thing, and YouTube Nation, I'm sorry, but here's the thing, I'm going to leave it alone. Aggretsuko's mom, or excuse me, dad, is like an angry-ass beachcomber. Hey, you know what? It's okay. We all have these things happen. Life is like a camera. You got to make sure things are still in focus. And then he's doing that crap. I just thought it was hilarious. They just got him on the picture.
I find people like that scary and dangerous because you don't know when they're gonna, flip out. Because it's that whole, you kind of creep in, get on their good side, and then all of a sudden, his rage could be a lot worse than the mother. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. She gets it from somewhere. But go ahead, Nora. What were you going to say about the Haida's parents? You might as well.
Haida's parents. Hold on. Yeah, that whole entire dinner was actually just a shit show and everything,
But I love the mom, though.
The mom is great, you know what I mean? But then again, also, that actually goes into... Because, I've actually known a lot of moms who are actually, just very, passive in a way where they're actually kind of, more the gatherer and everything. They're the person who actually gathers family together and everything like that and wants to, actually see, the best for that whole entire situation and everything, right? And then... there's the father who's just couldn't give a fuck or anything like that, right? So he's actually kind of like that gruff character and everything like that who wants only what he actually wants, and so he's actually kind of playing every single person against each other in a way and everything like that, and he knows that he's actually doing it, but he actually does it so skillfully and everything, it's actually pretty impressive.
Like a mug.
What?
He's an imperialist like a mug too.
Yeah.
Or rather, he's an elitist. Yeah, definitely elitist.
Yeah, and the thought that he was actually able to pit Haida and his brother against each other and everything like that so eloquently and everything. Yeah, exactly. There's the puppeteering and everything like that actually goes on. And Haida, in a way, I actually see exactly what he's what he's actually going through and everything like that, because he was actually kind of made to feel as though he was this loser and everything like that, or I don't know, the black sheep of the family and everything like that, if we will, and everything like that, where everything was actually he's more creative and everything, than his brother, who's actually more towards the business side, his family is and everything like that. So of course his family, his dad, is actually going to put all his eggs in that one basket and everything like that, and just keep on pushing his brother to be the best, and kind of giving up on Haida for some reason. You know what I mean? So, there's a lot in the way of those dynamics and everything. I was actually kind of really impressed with what they actually did with these animal characters and everything to push those dynamics into things.
That's true. Would you say, Naisha? I'm sorry.
No, it's the whole Japanese, tradition and stuff. You have to be perfect. If you're not perfect, you're flawless. And, that's why there's a lot of unfortunate ends to some people who end their life because it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And I'm also disappointed in Haida because Haida is brilliant, and yet he doesn't show his brilliance. Maybe because what he did, he couldn't get a job, but then why not create your own business?
Well, when you're abused like that, your self-esteem is shot.
Right.
And, that's a large part of it. Not justifying it, I'm disappointed. Like, dude, just clean yourself off. I agree with Naisha. She has a point. But I can sympathize why Hyatt is the way. But, he never talked about his parents. He's not that he's embarrassed. He just knows what they would do.
Right.
And, everybody was like, dude, this is a freaking palace. Like, you're pretty much in the empire. Why don't you talk about this? I don't want to get into it. Because he knows why. He has demons. So
yeah, but he's actually got like all that hurt that actually goes behind it and everything like that, and all that, like all the downplayed, like all the things that actually go into his life and everything that makes him a person, that makes him who he is. He's also like really embarrassed of it and everything like that because I guess he actually feels as though he should have actually been like much more successful and everything like that, But at the same time, that whole thing of like being beaten and everything like that, beaten down and everything psychologically and everything like that, to the point where it's it actually makes for a bad bestseller and everything. It really does,
Yeah.
But I figured after season 4 he would have gained some kind of confidence in himself because it took a lot for him to actually tell Retsuko, "Hey, I want to be by your side."
In his own Retsuko way. Yeah. But she's right. She's right. I have to co-sign with her on that.
Yeah, but then again, also, that's actually a culture thing, too, and everything like that, because for some reason, it's really hard for Japanese people to actually really, like, talk to each other and really just, like, get together with each other on a personal level and everything, you know what I mean? Like, how many times have you actually heard of, like, the people who are actually kind of, like, they're kind of shy and they're good people and everything like that, but they don't make the next move and everything like that because of how people actually feel, how society actually feels, how like this and that and the other. That there's always like there are always like complications and everything like that. I was actually watching this one show just the other day about like this guy who married his 2D figure and everything like that, because he couldn't find a way of talking to women. And he's a good-looking guy. He's like a pleasant guy and everything like that too, but he couldn't find a way to like actually talk to anyone or like get to the next level of talking with someone, because they would actually kind of like shoo him aside, apparently probably because it didn't meet their standards as to like who they actually were and everything like that, as far as like he has to own his own business and everything like that, make X amount of money and everything, have a dog named Spot and everything like that, a robot dog named Roll, and then you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, right.
No, it's like I always tell my students, you can have all the empire and stuff of the world, but that girl, with all respect, Naisha, you guys have one superpower that's genuine. Nope, you got low self-esteem. Alas, unless you're a dick and don't care, you like that. But if you're like a nice person like Naisha right here, you're like, okay, you know what? Let's work on your confidence. Let's work on this. I like you. Don't worry about it. Calm down. But but that's not always the case. Your peers can be the Vegas guys, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sorry to say, the nice guy finished last is an unfortunate thing. But it would be nice, and then yes, I am a nice person, but because I'm a very, as you could say, how the other characters, the gorilla and that awesome bird.
You're talking about Washibi and director Gori.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes.
Those two, we'll get to them.
Oh, I love those two.
They're very independent women. They stick up for themselves, but at the same time, they would like gentlemen that could also,
They're strong but vulnerable. Have you noticed?
Right.
Yes. That is true. Yes. Strong women like that can be vulnerable, but it's nice to have someone who is just as strong as they are, if not stronger, and can also show their vulnerability as well.
Right.
And, yes, we could try and boost that nice guy finish last person, but for how long? Because afterwards, just like Retsuko, she got tired of Haida not doing anything, not applying for
No,
jobs
true.
because earlier he was staying at her place, and all he was doing was just playing video games. He's like, I'm sorry, I have to back out of this because you're not doing anything to boost yourself up.
It's facts. A woman's gonna only wait for so long. Speaking of which, Naisha, from a female's perspective, let's get you in the mix. Between those two, how'd you feel when they started the campaign? Again, I know we're all over the place, guys, but when they started the campaign, they not only donated the missing money that Aggretsuko actually needed to get but how that confession, right? The feels. How do you feel like these two strong, independent? And I set this up for a reason. I got my notes. How did you feel, Naisha, that even though they're tough as they are, they looked up to her nonetheless? And as you know, Rexy's like in her 20s, right? These two girls are like in maybe late 30s tops. How do you feel about that? Huh?
They were in their 40s.
40s?
Yep.
Rexy was in her 40s, in their 20s.
No, they were in their 40s.
They're up there.
Yeah.
No, not Aggretsuko.
No, Washimi and Gori.
Oh, yeah.
They're up there. Yeah, they're our age. But then again, how do you feel that they looked up to her despite they're half her age?
No, I would love if there was someone half my age that gets it and whatnot, and is, that helps encourage people to, be better people and whatnot, which in reality is very far and few because I'm sorry to say, everybody is selfish, everybody's into themselves, and, to have that person to look up to from a younger perspective is hard. But I applaud them for respecting, Aggretsuko so much, because even from day one, they were afraid to talk to her. They thought that she was cool before they found out the whole karaoke thing. But they were afraid to approach her.
That's an excellent point. The karaoke just put him over the top that she has interesting, Mashimi was like, I guess you're nice, you're okay, but I don't usually hang out with commoners, but I'll hang out with you anyway. She's not arrogant, she's refined. She's not arrogant, she's just refined. And Gori keeps her level, even though she's the same person, but she's a little more green. I respect that about them.
Mm-hmm.
So, Nora, back to you. So, thank you, Naisha. And so, the Rage Committee. Okay, we're entering this right now. I forgot that crazy creeper dude because, oops, sorry, should have turned that off. So, Monica, the little cute bunny from the Idols, right? The pop group.
Yeah.
Yeah, she sent the hit squad after this dude because Aggretsuko already got stalked once. So how did you feel about the guy following her the whole time? Do you think it was deja vu over again, or did you have an idea it wasn't that serious?
Are we talking about the producer, or are we talking about not the producer, the guy that was actually running the campaign? You're talking about the guy that was actually running the campaign, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was his damn name?
Oh, hold on.
Cheat codes, folks. I wrote his name down somewhere.
I've actually got names over here also that got CEOs. It's like, who the hell is that?
If anybody in our three audiences would have answered that, I could have sworn I answered that. Damn it. I'm sorry.
Hold on. It'll actually pop up somewhere here.
Okay, I had everybody but this guy. I love this.
Yeah, I know, and I really want to know this guy's name too and everything like that.
No, go ahead and look that up. And in the meantime, please. Oh, what?
Yeah, Monica's actually a chinchilla. Not a bunny, but she's a chinchilla. I got that part.
The chinchilla, right?
We're talking about Masu Hikari.
Masu Hikari, right. But this is a good time to throw in a plug. Thank you, Norm. Feel free to check out both of their channels in the link in the description below. If you guys are just now tuning in, we're talking about the Aggretsuko review. Just an average girl, and I guess Norms activates. Feel free in the description below. Please check out their work. I respect them very, very much. And yes, that's the guy I was talking about, Norm.
Yeah. So that guy, at first, I was just like, oh man, he is actually just getting the short end of the stick. And where did the staff actually just become so bulked after a while, Like, what?
Dude! Wait! You have a good point! Because I was making an observation, it was so out of nowhere. I had to go back season 3, not 4. Go back season 3. They were like, me and Nora, we're okay. We look okay for our age, whatever, right? Whatever.
Right.
These guys got, no system stalking, no protein.
Oh, that guy. I hate that guy so much.
I mean, too.
No,
But I mean, he wasn't involved, but still.
I hate and I love that guy because, like, that guy, I'd actually follow his wisdom anywhere. You know, like, especially when he says protein, protein, protein. It just, I get it.
Right.
You know, like
and then he has his third eye mode. Look, he'd be like protein, and it's cheap anyway.
Using
but Ikari, I thought it was actually kind of interesting that he actually wanted to start off his like whole entire thing on having like an Aggretsuko campaign and everything like that, you know, and
the rage campaign.
Yeah, you know, I actually saw there was in Japan. There was this guy who actually started off a campaign to get into the diet, and his whole entire platform was taking out all the censorship from manga, and he got in, you know? So
what?
Yeah, so he's actually in the diet now and everything, and it's not too far away from where Ikari was actually thinking by having his rage campaign and everything, you know what I mean?
Do you think that was influenced by that? By making this... but the guy you were talking about, do you think this series is based upon, or his character yet was based upon what you got through describing with the manga censorship?
No, I think this was actually just kind of like a crossover of like life and real life and everything like that. Like I think this show was actually written, but then all of a sudden this guy actually said, "Hey, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take out all the censorship out of, you know what I mean?" And then so now we can see everything.
Manga was already uncensored.
No, I'm talking about like the hentai and that sort of thing. I'm talking about the things with tentacles and everything like that. You know what I mean? Like, right. And all of that stuff is actually, they have some things that are actually uncensored, but like a lot of it is censored, you know? You'll actually see lines through. Not that I actually read anything. Everybody, I'm not an avid researcher of hentai in any way whatsoever.
No, but it is part of Japanese culture. You're just throwing it out.
You're right.
He's like, am I joking?
I'm not a culture at all.
What's that meme on Facebook? Everybody's seen it at least once, like, I see you're a man of culture. And he's like this. All right, well, this brings up to my next thing. So we're getting to, God. So this one, I was upset with Haida's brother being a psychopath that he is. But staying on topic first, I really thought he was going to screw Reski over for a hidden agenda. Well, political person doesn't. But no, he genuinely used her as a flagship. You know, with the flag, pun intended. Yes, that's right, vote for Reski. You know, he was literally on her jock. You know, but anyway, so Jiro, that was his younger brother's name. I thought he was going to be one. I knew he was a weasel. Right. I thought he was, you know, he is refined. And then he was like, hey, so listen, go ahead and take the money. Go ahead and take the money. You know you need it. That scene. Yeah. Like, you know you need it, blah, blah, blah. I was like, you're serious. Okay, thanks, little brother. You pathetic fool. That's not even my true form.
That made me so angry seeing that whole entire thing play out, you know?
I mean, technical genius. I thought it was brilliant. That's the kind
of like him because you love to hate him.
That's what I love about those surprise antagonists.
Yeah, you love him because you like to hate him. I'm like that too. I'm like with North though. I'm like, this motherfucker just took my firstborn. You know, like, dude, like, and then you know, Naisha brought up a good point, North. That it's usually Japanese custom, like the younger brother goes after the big brother who's obviously lost his way. And I love how they switched that up, you know? It's like, this motherfucker. But yes, later.
I guess. But still, yet though, he didn't need to be such a dick. You know what I mean?
It goes with the territory. I don't like the guy. But I understand it. I'm not trying to spare him an offense, but I understand it. He's an asshole. But Naisha, this was to you. When Haida was cleaning himself up after the whole banana incident, like, you know, I just got done by my brother. How would I fall for that? Remember that shit? And the rest was the same thing with the parents.
I love that.
Right? And so when he got out that cab, Naisha, with the 3-piece suit and he served him up, how did you feel about that? When he got out the car, it was like, hey, here's your money back. Won't be needing it.
Yes, I was proud of Haida, and I was, you know, confident that he was going to, you know, make something of himself. That's what I was looking for. Yes, I'm proud that he stood by Retsuko's side, but at the same time, I was really hoping that he would, you know, be like, take that, father, not just to his brother, but also to his father as well, because his father was there during the reign towards the end, no spoilers and stuff, but, I was hoping that he would have shown something that would make his father be like, you know what? Maybe I should think, twice about my older son. Maybe
he did show him something.
Oh,
a mighty bass
laugh
guitar.
at the fact of what,
Stupid.
I mean, yes, he kind of chuckled because he was proud of what his little, his younger son was doing. But I was just hoping that, Haida would have stepped up a little more. That's my perspective. I mean, I'm proud for what he is because he has cleaned himself up and he has started to, be like, get my, stuff together.
Well, here's the irony with Haida. I'm sorry, but it's fresh in my head. Here's the irony with Haida to back up your point. He's good at encouraging people up. Like I said in my last review, when that one guy who was so passive aggressive in the office, no, I'll get around to it, Aggretsuko, when I get a chance to. He's like, hey.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, I can't think of his name, but he's like, hey, how about you? Thank you, Kanai, that motherfucker. He's like, hey, she asked you nicely, do it. All right, bro, I'm your senior. You do your job. So he's good at supporting other people. He just doesn't have any support for himself. And ironically, Retsuko's there for him if you let her.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And she has a point. Naisha has a point, Norbs, And in the same breath, like, okay, I love how they visit each other's parents. That was brilliant writing, by the way. Same thing when Norm was talking about night when he went to go visit Haida's dad. And he was like, people like that are the scum of the earth. They can't get a job, blah, blah, blah. Dad, I was just there. So are you saying that I'm scum? And he's like, people like you have been outdated, have no idea how the real world works. You've been on the top of your plateau for so long. And it's true. People get knocked down to humble, myself included, to humble themselves. That's how I looked at it. To actually make sure this is where you came from. You can lose it like that. Not to be all bleak, but Haida sees that. But more importantly, he doesn't think he's better than everybody.
Right.
And that's why I love about him.
Right.
Oh no, I did love that banter. And that's what I'm talking about. That was the confidence that I was waiting for in this entire season, for him to step up and be like, you know what, Dad? To you, yes, I might be a dropout, I might be a sellout and a loser and all that stuff, but you know what? I'm going to prove and show you that I'm more than that. Your traditions are trash, and I'm going to make something of it. Because he's a genius. He really is.
No, yeah, that's it. That's the irony. So,
you know what? I really was kind of hoping that by season 5, Retsuko and Haida would actually form their own band and become heavy metal idols and everything like that. And just
he had the Jason sweater on with the leather jacket. It works for him, dude.
Exactly.
Right, that's because
that's his look.
I saw like the
pretty
little.
cool. Thank you.
I saw like the teasers for them and everything like that, but then all of a sudden, when we're actually going through like the intro for it and everything, where Retsuko was actually turning around with her metal face and everything, and Haida turns around, and all of a sudden he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna join you." Like that's what I'm like.
Oh my God. Right? Haida's like flying like this, like they're going to battle. Like
right,
pretty badass.
I was right. That. I really was.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, can I actually tell you guys one thing? An eye creeps me out every single time. I'm just saying.
What? Oh,
man! Especially when he's actually going into his.
Why aren't you responding to my message?
Yeah.
See my eyes?
I love that.
Post haste. He's a nutcase. He's balanced out since he's been defeated. Every season has an opponent. Even Mr. Tun. Okay, he interests me to no end. Just when, and he inspired me in season 3. He really did, because this kind of happened to me. Instead of firing the guy, they demoted him, and they're like, "Don't worry, I just put him in a position where it was made up, and he'll eventually lose his will and he'll quit." He didn't quit. He stood his ground. The guy obviously got usurped, in the last season. At the back of the firm, forgot his name. The point is, Mr. Tun is tough on people, and I thought he was an asshole. He's just tough on people.
Sorry about that, guys. I actually had a hard time. I cut off. You guys cut off on me just for a second.
Oh, I was saying
he glitched from us.
Yeah, no. He did the transformer. No, but no. You missed nothing, Norm. I was just saying, Mr. Tun. Right, exactly. He's tough on you, but he's not an asshole. I thought he was an asshole in the first 3 seasons. But he has really good seeds of wisdom. You think that, Norm?
Yeah, I definitely do. That actually showed up a lot in in season 5 when he actually came over to give Retsuko her pep talk and everything like that to get her back out onto the stage and everything like that to perform and be the rage person that he actually knows that she can actually be. And the thing is that no matter what, did I get cut off again?
No, you're still there.
I did.
You're still with us.
No, you did.
No. I think
he's like this.
Oh no. Oh, okay, but yes.
We're gonna throw the technical difficulty. Oh, go ahead, Naisha.
There we go. And
yeah.
Oh, I did it just right. Did you see that? I did it just right. No, Norm, you weren't here. Now you should tell him. What I just did. I ain't gonna say
the way it ended was beautiful because it paused at just the right moment when you said, are you going out? And then all of a sudden we're like, no. And then you pause and we're like, wait a second, is this real? And you weren't moving. So yeah, that's when we realized that, you lost.
And I did the piano music. And then when I got done, you came back. It was perfect.
I think I should have actually come in like, okay, I'm back.
That's hilarious. What were you saying, Norm, before you lose your thoughts?
I think I lost my train of thought. But
you were talking about
hold on. Things are falling all over the place. Okay, there we go. Hold on. There we go. This is happening in real life, everybody.
I said this is real life. I'm gonna cry. He's like, oh, this is real life. You can't make this stuff up. There we go.
Okay, there we go. I'm back again. So as I was actually saying, I really love the thought that he became like the father figure of the whole entire company and everything like that, And I really didn't expect him to be this person or anything. I actually always just expected Tan to be like this kind of like asshole who kind of like thought that everything was actually better in the years previous and everything like that. But then all of a sudden he starts learning how to use a computer and strays away from the abacus and everything. I think he actually started learning a lot more from Retsuko more than he actually thought he should have and everything like that. And started liking her as a person more than anything else. I think that's one of the reasons why he reached out, One of the reasons why he never fired her or anything like that, even though he actually called her a part-timer and everything like that, So he actually became a really good guy. I really like Tan.
I always wish there were more bosses like that because I think there would be less people wanting to quit if there were bosses
you hear that, Florida?
Would tough on you, but
shit.
To quit. Wait, what did you say?
I said, you hear that, Florida?
You hear that, Florida?
What was it? Shots fired. Look, Norm. This is Norm.
Oh, so good.
But no, because my last boss, she was all right. She was cool, but at the same time, there was no encouragement. There was no, motivation, and it disappointed me because I was hoping that she would stick up for me and whatnot. But at the same time, I loved her because she was also judge and jury. She liked to listen to other people's, thing before making a final decision and whatnot. So, which is a catch-22 when not properly investigated. But it is.
That's right.
I just really feel as though companies actually kind of have a hard time at being people instead of being just being a figurehead for your company and everything like that. So they're actually gonna since we're Florida over here, we're actually a right to hire state, which means that they don't think about using unions and that sort of thing to make it kind of easier to fire a person for whatever reason whatsoever and everything like that,
Right.
So
right to fire state, whatever.
Exactly.
And you never know why.
So I kind of feel like in Japan, it's actually a little bit different and everything like that. You know what I mean? And they kind of showed in this show and everything like that, where they're willing to work with a person for a while and everything like that and even if they gave up on a person and everything like that, they still work with this person. I don't know. It's kind of like a different.
No, you're right. No, you're onto something. And out there, they exhaust all options because it's more honorable out there. They don't give a crap out here, but we can go with that rabbit hole all day. Now, my negative stuff on it, and we're going to wrap this up. To me, I thought, even though episode 10 was a 30-minute, they were wrapping up. You know, usually the episode's like 15 minutes, right, Naisha? Give or take?
Yes.
Yeah, which is kind of cute. It's kind of like watching a little Peanuts episode, like between commercials or something. But anyway, that's why I looked into it. Did you guys feel rushed towards the end? Like, they could have stretched this out easily 20 episodes, like some Bebop style, whatever. And, because, like, every anime has their halfway 12 episode mark if it's made in the 90s. Fun fact. Like, for example, Cowboy Bebop had the, it was Jupiter Jazz or something like that after episode 12. You know, credits were especially, you know, it wasn't a typical Cowboy Bebop ending. It was like this thing going into space. That's when you knew the series was going, not in the season 2, but the second session was beginning.
Right.
So they could have done this with Aggretsuko, in my opinion. I mean, I think the writing just got lazy at the end, in my opinion.
No, but you got to realize also that this is actually also Netflix. You know what I mean? So Netflix is they usually don't want you to go past like 5 seasons or something like that. I forgot exactly.
Really?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, they actually have this huge thing now where they want to make sure they actually wrap things up like at the very end of 5 seasons and everything. I don't know if they're actually going to do anything more with Aggretsuko or anything.
Well, you would think they would want more. If they had that much content left, if they were jumping the shark, and if they were running out of writing just to keep it alive, I could see that. But to me, there was at least 2 different seasons left in this,
right.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But again, they actually kind of like Netflix and Netflix and HBO actually kind of does the same thing. You know, like remember what they actually did with Game of Thrones and everything like that when they kind of like jumped the shark with everything, and then they were like, "Come on."
You know what? You just squashed my entire argument. Well, go ahead. Because okay. Uh-oh.
No. Oh no, he froze again. But no, he is right. Now that I think about it, Money Heist and
I agree.
Yeah, was only 5 seasons.
No, it's true.
There you go.
There he is.
Yes.
But Norm, you were right though. Sorry, Naisha, but no, Norm was right because Mega Ran and I, again, shameless plug, we're doing the Last of Us review on HBO Max, episodes 1 through 9 or 10. No, 9. Sorry about that. I forgot a minute. And we felt like the last episode was the whole season was kind of rushed, but it's based upon the game. We know that. But then again, how much can you stretch it out? You know, like Naisha said, you can only write a blank check for so long. Mm-hmm. So, then again,
like they actually, like I noticed that in Netflix, they actually rushed Sabrina. They actually rushed rushed
Money Heist. I'm not sure if you guys ever seen it, but they rushed Money Heist, and that was the Spanish one, not the Korean one. I still have to get one.
Right.
No, she's right. They did.
Right. And remember, with Cowboy Bebop, they were actually going with Toonami, and they were actually going with like I forget exactly which Japanese company they were actually.
Sunbow?
Was it Sunko?
No, Sunbow. I think they were Sunbow.
Was it Sunbow?
Yeah.
I don't know. But in any
Sunbow or Bones.
But in any case, they actually had the ability to make a full-fledged story and everything like that. You know what I mean? So they actually had like not only the ability to do that and everything like that, but funding and everything that actually goes along with that. You know, with Netflix, they're like at the point where they're actually saying, let's hurry this thing up and everything like that, so we can actually focus on other things.
And you know what? Nobody else took up Aggretsuko's contract, meaning there was not, like some animes, you have 3 studios helping out. Like, okay, this studio will do season 1, this studio will do season 2. Like, that's exactly what happened to Big O. Big O was made in Japan, but Cartoon Network took over the contract to make season 2.
Right.
Why people don't know that?
Even One Punch Man had like 2 different studios.
If you look at the yes, but Naisha, if you look really closely, Big O season 2, the animation style was slightly different because they took it to stateside and they trained people stateside to draw how they were drawn in Japan. Thus, season 2 was made. Right. Just look, you know what I'm talking about. You see it a little bit of different. But yes, but it still supports Noam's point. Unless another studio, so one studio, Netflix is good, but they like to move on their stuff unless somebody else helps with the contract.
I mean, they're great for one reason only. They'll try something new, you know, and they're they're not shy about like
they're something
new and everything, you know, right? Yeah. But when it actually comes down to it, they actually have other things that they want to try out and everything like that. And so that's where the funding actually kind of ends and everything like that. So you actually have to take the money and run, and then try maybe hopefully come up with like a new project and everything. They're actually green lighting. You right?
Yeah. My question to the two of you is: if you guys were to ever create any kind of show, whatever format and stuff that you wanted, who would you have it, stream? HBO, Netflix, Disney? Who are you willing to? And they give you the rules. Like, you can only allow, because like, how many seasons would you want? And then if they cut it off, will you be willing to sell your stuff because they only give you that certain amount of,
That is a damn good question.
That is a great question, because
right?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
With Disney, and what I actually have up my sleeve and everything like that, Nye, right? So with Disney, you have Disney Bucks, and you also have theme parks. You have an unlimited wealth of sensor, but then all of a sudden, like, everything that is actually yours is automatically Disney's and everything like that, right? So you can't necessarily go so far unless you're actually willing to sell your soul to Disney and everything like that.
George Lucas.
Right. Unless you're willing to sell your soul to Disney and thus your intellectual property and everything like that, because like, unless you actually do something where you actually have this unbelievable deal like they actually did with Turtles and everything like that, then that's another story altogether. With Netflix...
Wait, the chime in? I'm sorry. The chime in? Sorry, Norm, what's fresh in my head? The chime in. Legacy, if you want your work to be known and it's not a profit, definitely Disney. Because Disney's like, okay, you created this, all right, step aside, we're going to finish the job. But you're right. I just want to add on to that.
Right. And then again, like, that could actually lead into other work and everything like that also and everything, But but that's another story altogether. And then kind of like, like every creator actually wants to be able to like hold on to their intellectual property and everything like that because it's their babies and everything.
I would.
What I mean? Right.
Because that's what happened with Greg Weisman and Gargoyles. The first 2 seasons were all his, but then Disney was like, you gotta hurry up. And then they dropped the third season, which wasn't his original idea, and it just bombed.
Right.
The third season of Gargoyles, sidebar, third season of Gargoyles to me will be forever compared to the third season of Transformers. Mike Trout.
Yeah. And now he has to continue his story through comics. Disney allowed him to do that at least, and not to continue on with the series, because they could not redo the show, but they could continue on with the series if they wanted to.
Darkwing too.
Kind of surprised, but he doesn't have any residuals to like any of his like figures, likenesses, or anything like that, right?
No.
See, that's really not to go with Disney
that's your
or anything
point.
like that.
That was your original point, though. If you want your name to be out there on paper, cool. But Disney's taking your money and running with the product.
Well, yeah, because Disney actually then becomes kind of like a monopoly almost and everything like that. Like, they've got everybody. I'm actually kind of proud of Hasbro for not selling over to Disney or anything like that altogether, because like they actually kind of like said, we actually want to keep our own IP. And a lot of people are actually like that too and everything, which I'm actually surprised. I'm not sad that Marvel is actually a part of Disney though, because we've actually gotten a lot of great content for them and everything from them.
I was scared.
For that reason.
Back in 2018, when the announcement was made, I was scared. I even made a comment that was so stupid on MySpace. Shut up. Yes, MySpace. And I said, what are you going to do? Make Wolverine have flowers versus claws? But it worked. It worked. I had so many likes. People thought it was hilarious. But looking back on it now,
I can imagine I'm the best at what I do, and what I do ain't pretty. That'll be 1250.
We're going to hell.
But Netflix will definitely give you a good run in it. Yes. Like HBO probably too and everything like that. So any place you can actually strike a good deal and everything like that is probably a better bet and everything. I just don't know exactly which of the three would actually be the best deal for going so gung ho into and everything like that. It could be Netflix, it could be HBO, it could be Apple, because Apple actually has like a lot of great stuff also and everything, Foundation, amazing. Like if you guys actually got the chance to see that.
My two would be Hulu and Apple.
Hulu.
Okay.
Hulu's not stingy. They're like, oh yeah, you want to stream stuff on my stuff? Yeah, come on, dude, have a seat. You're comfortable. You got a pillow. How's that check working for you? They don't care.
Right, absolutely. Hulu is actually definitely a great plan, actually, yeah.
But Hulu is with Disney, so that's probably the reason why.
Hulu is not a great plan, let me tell you something.
God damn it. See? Monopoly. I forgot about that. Nope, she's right. I contradicted myself.
Yeah.
I'm a toss between Amazon Prime and Netflix on account that the people from Critical Role have their own series based on their first campaign, because they do D&D and all that stuff, called Vox Machina. And the fact that they worked so hard to make a campaign that they just posted on YouTube into an actual animated series. They're going on their second season right now, and whatnot. Amazon, in a way, kind of protects them, because I feel that they could probably produce as much seasons as they wanted to. Unlike Netflix, you get that limit. But maybe 5 seasons is good, and whatnot. Maybe that's too much. Or
it gives you a way to like actually have a good concise story and everything, like, you know what I mean? And then once you're actually like you should actually be able to wrap some things up in 5 seasons and everything. But there are those times where you might need a little bit more, like Clone Wars, that actually kind of like goes on for a while and everything like that, Yeah. Kind of like Bleach, it goes on for a while, so better seat yourself in,
Oh my god, I still have yet to finish the original Bleach. That's another conversation. I'm trying so hard because it's like a book. I've got to finish it, but I can't.
I dig it.
But I appreciate that, Naisha. So, final question, and I gotta go. Or we gotta go, with all respect. At the end, how did you feel? I felt the last episode was rushed. Did you feel complete? Were you happy with the end of the series, Aggretsuko?
Norby?
I actually thought it was okay. I thought it actually kind of like ended off where Aggretsuko actually kind of like had her perfect quiet life and everything like that. She was actually able to like re-gear from like where she actually left off. Plus, keep her like metalism and everything like that as her like own quiet thing and everything like that. But who knows? Like maybe she might be like enthralled to like actually become a part of this whole idol thing, and this is where I want to see her go. I really want to see her go into being an idol, like that would actually be amazing to me. But it's good for where it actually ended. I think that there's more story.
But yes, I would have loved for it to have extended longer, because again, I felt rushed. It was okay for its show, but I would have liked a better ending and whatnot. And it just felt rushed, and just different stories that, like the whole campaign thing could have been for the 6th season if they had a 6th season. And 5th season should have been about those two together. Those two.
So both you guys would agree. So this season should have been more on. That's what's bothering me. Okay, it just dawned on me. It took me an hour to figure it out. It should have been about the parent wars, and then season 6 knocking on the door to the campaign. Right. Okay.
Younger brother passing the money on to the big brother. That would have been a nice ending to season 5.
That would have been like. You put up like another thing altogether, CJ. It was like parent wars, and then
right.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, just straight up, like, and then the parents get together in the room, like, this is who your dad is, this is who you are, and and just imagine them all at a buffet together. Oh my god.
Right.
See. Well, hope you guys enjoyed. Let us know what you felt about the last episode or the entire series as you think as a whole. I would like to thank Diecast Norbs, Galactic Cool again for being there, and Jessica girl, Naisha, wherever her voyages take her. See what I did there for you? Get your own moniker. Just get your own moniker going, girl. And if you guys are watching this on their channels as well, this will be a great partnership review. Feel free to check out CJack Productions. I'll leave you my link below. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. All right. Peace.
Always, it's really great working with these two and everything. I really can't wait for more of that. Also, I can't wait to get to other things. We're actually supposed to be having a talk on Star Trek, Lower Decks and everything pretty soon, and also a giant robot talk really coming really soon and everything like that. We've got a few good people on this and everything like that, so I cannot wait to actually get that done. And again, I'm actually going to leave you with a couple of things right now. So, as always, mental health check. Are you guys doing okay? make sure that you're treating yourself as exceptionally as I actually want you to. Make sure that you're actually treating yourselves with love, respect, honor, courage, and also make sure that you actually pass on the goodness to everyone around you, because kindness is actually in short supply, and I want to grow our stock, so make sure that we actually get out there, be kind to everyone, and also when these stop being magical, that's when I'll stop collecting. I will definitely talk to you soon.